Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I have been active in the tech community from long and I see so many developers who are very talented and have a great potential of earning high, but for some reason they do not get a high paying job. And it actually really hurts me to see that because they could literally change their whole life if they could realize and improve on some of the mistakes that they do. So I thought to record this video to share some mistakes that I usually see developers making which cause them to not get a high paying job. By the way, if you are new to this channel, I am Swapnil. I have been a top rated freelancer and have also got a good remote job which pays me around $80,000 yearly, which I got straight out of my college, which I think is very decent based on where I live. So let's get started with the video on the mistakes that I see developers making, starting with the first one, which is they get stuck in learning phase and not building good projects that employers are looking for. When I usually talk to developers, I see so many developers say like, I don't think I'm ready yet to build projects. You know, there is this and this left from my course that I have taken, and once I do that, I think I'll be ready then to start building more projects. Or once I complete my 60 hours Udemy course, I feel I'll be ready then. And once that's done, they feel that they have forgotten previous stuff that they did and they need to do more revision before they could build new stuff, and kind of the loop continues. For God's sake, stop this and just start building new projects. You won't progress in 1,000 years if you just do the course and don't implement it in your projects. And typically, no matter how hard or how big the specific thing that you are learning is, you shouldn't spend like more than 1 month learning the thing without building any projects. Also, I think like with the development of AI, you can absolutely learn anything in just 1 month max and start building projects around it. It's like a game of chess. You need to understand the rules and just start playing it. And your first game won't be as good and you'll forget some stuff on how some of the pieces move and all. But by like 4th or 5th game, you would already be good player to play a match with. Like I'll play a match with you. So build the projects, and by the time you reach your 4th or 5th project, you will be a pro by then, and employers would be looking for someone like you, unless you do the next mistake, which is not spending time looking for opportunities. Now for this, I know a developer who is my very good friend, and he actually is very skilled, to be honest. He has done advanced web scraping and Python projects. He also has web development experience as well. He is good at UI UX as well. In fact, I would say that he may be slightly better than me in UI UX. I'm not really good at that part. But his only mistake that I see him doing is he does not spend any time looking for new opportunities. By the way, my friend, if you're watching this, sorry, but you gotta work on this part. And I see many developers who do the same mistake. They have kind of built projects, but for some reason, like usually fear of rejection or failure, prevent them from looking for opportunities. This is again a big mistake which could make you lose a high paying job which you were destined to get, but you did not get it because you were afraid that you were not ready for the specific job, even though you were. I personally think that anyone who has built 3 to 5 projects on his own is ready to start working in the industry. So if you have built such projects, then you gotta start spending more time looking for opportunities. Now the problem can be that this part could be exhausting, like searching multiple job sites daily, filling the same forms again and again. This alone could take hours. So what I would personally recommend is reducing friction here as much as possible. Like there are tools in the industry now that automatically find relevant roles and help you apply faster. I'll leave some of them in description that I personally would use if I was looking for a job today. So you can check them out if you're interested. But even if you don't use any tool, at least you should systemize the process. In this step, to make sure like you don't repeat the mistake, what you can possibly do is, if you have like let's say 2 hours decided that you will actively work on getting high paying job or your side hustle, then your first hour of it should go towards looking for opportunities. And then the second hour should go towards maybe learning new things or building more complex projects. So do that and you already increase your chances by a lot. And now you just gotta focus that you don't make the next mistake to ruin your chances of cracking the opportunity, which is not working on your communication skills. It's said that a person with great skills but bad communication is usually not hired over a person with good skills and good communication. And based on my personal experience, I completely agree with that. Why? Check out some of the reviews I have got by clients on the projects that I did for them. Now, in these reviews, do you notice something? Everyone in these reviews have praised good communication, because communication is actually a very important factor which could cause you to lose your opportunities if you don't work on it. And I have personally hired people for my own projects as well. I have noticed that many beginners have great projects built. They do apply for opportunities, but they are not able to communicate their thoughts efficiently. Now, you don't have to be like a proper English grad or do a degree in communication, but your focus should be to just reach a level where you are able to communicate your thoughts correctly and it reaches the other person in a kind way. Now, for this, you should typically spend some time of your day writing more or like speaking with someone in English if you can. Or what you could do is you could join join events like online events where you can get to speak about your experience and your journey as well. Join the Twitter spaces, which are a great way to chat with people, and also work on your communication skills there. Also, if you're writing something, you can ask AI to check like if there are any grammar mistakes, or you could say to AI like, if I was speaking to my employer, how would I say this specific sentence or specific thing that you have written. It can help you improve a lot. Also, empathy goes a long way. When I was usually speaking with my clients, I always ended my message with kind regards, Swapnil. Then also started it with hey, hi, like how are you doing, hope you are doing good, and so on. When you're speaking with anyone, you should not usually do cold or one word messages like you're speaking to an enemy, like saying just okay or yes. The energy when you are speaking with someone, I think kind of matters a lot and makes the other person feel either good or bad. So when you're speaking to anyone, make sure that they feel good talking to you and not the other way around. And now the fourth mistake which I usually see developers making is giving up too early. Now you have to understand that making money is really difficult, and it's difficult for everyone. If it wasn't difficult, then everyone would have made kind of millions of dollars and the value of money would not be there, cause if everyone has it, no one actually needs it anymore and there would be no trade being done, and so on and so on. And so in this world, if you want to make money, you have to keep being consistent and try out new experiments based on your learning and not give up until you start seeing some results. The company I work for is a startup actually, and in around 1 to 2 years of time, we have crossed $2 million ARR with our new product, and I see the CEO of the company constantly creating new experiments based on his learning and what he thinks could work. And I have seen that the ability to continue experimenting very fast and scale up the things which work good and discard the rest is what have made the company one of the leading job companies in the industry. And no one actually really knows if a specific thing would work or not, but it's all based on the data and learnings from other people and also own experiences and trying new stuff constantly. If you go with the same approach of experimenting and not giving up, I don't think there is a chance that you may not succeed in something after a specific time. Maybe you thought that you will succeed in a specific thing, but it could happen that you succeed in something else that you did not expect. I personally started coding, and all I wanted to build was my own SaaS products. For that, I learned web development, but yeah, I haven't yet succeeded in building large SaaS products. Hopefully I will in future, but I have got good success in freelancing and remote job, which makes me comfortably fulfill any of my wishes. And one of the main thing that I see in my journey was I was consistent and curious in trying out new things and explore different stuff, and that really helped me make money. So don't give up, and also don't underestimate your skills, which is the fifth mistake that I see many developers making. Again, even me, I have been in the industry for more than 6 years now, considering my freelancing and job experience, and I have worked with more than 50 clients on hundreds of different projects. And with each project too, I did get anxious sometimes that would I be able to complete that specific project or not, but I never showed that anxiousness to my client and always showed that I was pretty confident that I'll be able to do that specific project. But yeah, obviously I planned it before, like how would I do the project and all. But now, after doing all those complex projects, I have actually become confident, but I still sometimes wonder that am I really skilled, or could it be all coming down? And I think that happens to everyone, even the most senior developers that I personally know in the industry. And the truth is, we usually really underestimate our own skills. Upskilling as a whole takes a lot of time to do, but once it's done, it feels like you haven't really learned anything because it's different blocks of concepts tied together. But the truth is that the projects you do and the smallest learning you get when doing them does make you very valuable in the market, even if you don't feel like it. And you should not really underestimate that value. I think my biggest strength when I started freelancing was that from my first project, I started calling myself a data extraction expert. Even though I knew that I wasn't a data extraction expert then, but it did help get the confidence that I am the best person for that specific role. By the 10th project, I myself started believing that I am really a data extraction expert. Now, I know that I'm a Python and data extraction expert. So start saying you are an expert at whatever you do, because after a time, you do really become one. Thanks for watching the video, and if you like the video, I think you will really love this video where I have covered how I would approach getting a remote job if I was starting today. In case you are interested, check this out, and see you in the next video.